Good morning, everybody. It's been hot here. Has it been hot there? I can see some of y'all talking about how it's been hot. Although I have to say, yesterday morning, I got up to take Rosie outside, and it was only 65 degrees. I was like, yes. And the high was only 80. Same thing this morning. So, yeah, I got my hair up. It's driving me crazy because it makes my back itch. Anyway, welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sarah and Rosie baby. I call her Rosie Posy sometimes. I know a lot of you are wanting to know how she's doing. She's doing fantastic. Taking her off all the medications and putting her back on the dog food that she loves instead of that expensive stuff. She's doing so much better. She's like back to her old self. It's almost, not like a young puppy, but before all this stuff happened. And so that's a tremendous blessing. And I'm so happy. Because, like I had said last week, we were making plans on, letting her go over the Rainbow Bridge. And I was just not ready. And so, yeah, she's doing really good. She's over here sleeping on her little pillow. Let's see. Oh, we forgot to clink in. Clinkety, clink, clink, clink. I'm clinking in with water again. I did have 2 cups of coffee this morning, and I am trying to cut back because of my blood pressure. And so I'm drinking my water, although I do love those mixed fruity things that are sugar-free. My favorite is the Arnold Palmer, which is half lemonade and half iced tea. So yum, yum, yum. But I'm drinking water today. Okay. Somebody asked a question, I can't remember who it was, saying they were picking green beans and do they have to do anything to them if they're going to freeze them. Now, a lot of vegetables like peas and corn, broccoli, cauliflower, you don't have to do anything to them. Drop my pen. I'll just grab another one. You don't have to do anything to them, but green beans, if you freeze them, they don't come out very good. What I usually do, I haven't done green beans in a long time, and we lived in Tulsa, 15 years ago, I did green beans all the time. And so what you need to do with green beans is you need to cook them first. Make sure you put some salt in them, but no butter or anything like that. Just put some regular old salt in them and cook them till they're done. Let them completely cool. Put them in zippy bags and then you can freeze them. That's the only vegetable that I cook first if I'm going to freeze. Zucchinis, squash, peas, corn, all of those, except tomatoes, because you don't really want to freeze those unless they're in a sauce. But green beans, yeah, I would freeze them. I do have a video, Victoria, on that. You can find a lot of those types of videos in the this and that videos because I answer those questions. But just go to my Facebook. Just go to my YouTube channel main page there, and there's a little circle that looks like a magnifying glass. Put that search in there, and it'll come up with, because I've talked about it several times. Okay? All right, let me see. What else is on here? I got a joke. Do I can my veggies? Lots. I canned a ton this year. You should see my it's actually, I had to move them into my laundry room because there's not enough room in my pantry. Okay. So, this is the joke that was sent to me this week. Are you ready? If you, meaning me, have 20 balls of yarn, and I, meaning the other person, takes 10 of them, how much yarn does that person have? Nothing. The only thing they have is a black eye. Actually, it said 2 black eyes and tears down your face. Are we really that cruel when it comes to yarn? Well, maybe. I did, speaking of canned food, I did make the mistake when we lived in Colorado and just put them in the garage. because in Colorado, the inside of the garage can get really cold in the winter. I cracked some glasses, or some glass jars. But anyway, I just thought that was funny. It's really not that funny, but it is. Alrighty, now I want to do a shout out, and then I'm going to talk about our giveaway, just to give people time to get in here, okay? And I can see by the numbers, you're all coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to see all of you. All right, now, the shout out, I just discovered this young lady. It looks like she has a brand new YouTube channel. My headband keeps going cockeyed. Let's see. There we go. All right. She has a brand new YouTube channel. Her name is Ashley, and it's called Sweet N, and it's an N Crochet. Okay, and it looks like she only has about 4 or 5 videos, and so she's just getting started, and so we need to really give her some crochet love. Okay, yeah, the yarn violence. You're right, Mary. All right, so her name is Ashley. This is what she put on her bio. I love crocheting and want to share tips and tricks I've learned over the years. Learn how to crochet with me, and I'll also share tutorials on how to make simple buddies. Okay, she loves to make stuffy buddies, and I love those. They're super cute. And from what I could see, she's only got 3 or 4 videos, so she needs some extra YouTube yarny love, okay? Her link is down in the notes underneath this video. And again, we do this because we want to encourage other crocheters and other crafters on YouTube, because YouTube can be a really hard place to be, and a lot of people are really critical and cruel. It seems like that when I get some of the, I'm going to quote this, unkind comments, it's from people that I don't even know who they are. And I'll click on their name and they have no content on YouTube. And I don't know if they're just being ornery or what. And so I just ignore it. It's hard sometimes. You got to get some thick skin because, you know, someone like me, I work really hard on my videos. I work really hard to make them right. But I'm not perfect. And sometimes I don't get them perfect. And the unkindness is just not appropriate. Anywho, so I want to give her some love. Sweet N Crochet YouTube channel. Her link is down below, and you can find that link underneath this video, and you can click over there after we're done. Tell her I sent you, and we're sending her some yarny goodness, some yarny good crochet love. And you do that by you do that by subscribing, hitting her link, liking her videos, and also hitting that bell. All right. Now it's time to talk about what we're giving away for our August giveaway. And the truth of the matter is, I like this yarn so much, I really want to keep it. But I'm not going to. All right, over to the top camera. Here we go. So this was given as someone gave it to me as a giveaway. And in this bag, there are 4 skeins. Actually, these are balls. Each ball has 3.5 ounces. So you're getting a total of 14 ounces. I do not know the color. I don't know the brand, but I will tell you, it feels like Anti-Pilling from Premier. And I wanted to do this one because it is perfect for fall. Wouldn't that make beautiful placemats or a tablecloth, table runner? And you have 4 balls here. Plenty to do whatever you want with it. Okay? So you're going to get those 4 balls, and then you're also going to get these 6 crochet hooks with these neat handles. They're very soft, but they're not squishy, but they're comfortable. All right, you're going to get GHIJKL. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crochet hooks. These were also donated by somebody who wanted me to give them away in a gift, in a giveaway gift. Now, the people who donated, these 2 different people, don't want their names read, or I can't remember. because I put everything that's given into this tub for giveaways. Some things I put in there, some things are sent in. And I have a lady at church that wants to give some things too. So I may have some really interesting things coming up, okay? I made her a shawl and she realized I crocheted. And so she wants to give some things for me to give away on my YouTube channel. And I think that's fun. Now this is brand new. I opened this just this morning back here so that I could show you what the yarn looks like. And I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's shiny and it's got that feel. It's really soft. I think it's a light DK weight because it is thinner than a medium 4. You can see that. And I believe it's anti-pilling because it has that texture. Super soft, perfect for fall. All right, so the winner for the 4 balls, which a total is 14 ounces, 3.5 ounces each, and the 6 crochet hooks. And these are the boy style, the ones I like. That's why I said I want to keep this giveaway. So anyway, I really would love to keep it. The yarn is beautiful. The hooks are perfect. And these are the most used numbers that I use, of course. And so it's a really great giveaway. I mean, the truth is it's about, oh my goodness, about a $50 giveaway. So, you know, it's really awesome. So, how do you get involved in the giveaway? Everybody who's commented so far, all of you are already entered in. That's all you have to do to enter any of my giveaways is on the day that I announce what the giveaway is. All you have to do is comment. And sometimes people are like, oh, I'm so shy. I don't know what to say. Just say, I want to win. Just say, I want to win that. And so in 2 weeks from today, on our live video on that Tuesday, 2 weeks from today, I'll put all your names in that random generator. When the name comes up, we'll see if you've won in the last year or so. And we may pick another person if you've already won. And then if you haven't, then you're the winner. And then I'll tell you how to get a hold of me, which the way that I do it is I don't chase you down. You have to chase me down, okay? And all you have to do is contact me through either my webpage or the Facebook group. Never, ever, 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 I can't stress this enough, never put your shipping address, your email address, your phone number, or any personal information whatsoever, ever, in a live comment ever. Because people who are trying to scam us, that's what they're doing. They're looking for that information, okay? So never do it. Don't ever, ever do it. And so what I do is once you contact me and let me know, you know, your information, then I'll send it to you, usually within that week, because I really like to get them out quickly. I don't want them sitting around. Okay, and then once you contact me and tell me that you've gotten it, then I just immediately delete your email address or your comment or your message. All right, I don't do anything with your stuff. I don't. All righty, so that is our August giveaway. Can you believe it's August already? How did that happen? All righty, I am going to move these. I'm going to put this ball back in the bag. And just so that you understand, you're going to get this exact 4 balls of yarn and these exact 6 crochet hooks, okay? I'm going to set them over there. There we go. That's because we need to talk about what we did this week at Posh Pooch Designs. Now, I always say that because although my YouTube channel is Sara Sach Crochet Designs, when I first started on the internet, I did Posh Pooch Designs, which was mostly dog items. And then as we grew and got bigger, people were asking for more and different patterns. And so now I call it Patterns for Pooches, Patterns for People, and Patterns for Fun. Okay? So, let's go to, oh, I forgot. Yarn of the Week. Now, I don't have it here. but I'm going to show it to you. I discovered this online this last week, and I was so excited about it that I've already put it in my August budget, okay? I'm going to bring it back over here and show you on my iPad. All right, I just discovered this, okay? I'm going to bring it up here close. This is on the Premier Yarn website. These are called color packs. There's 20 skeins in there. $19.99, so that's $1 a skein, and there's 3 different ones. This is the bright ones, like what we would call primary colors. Then they have a pastel one. Isn't that beautiful? And then they have what would be like a basic one. Just your basic colors. Each one of them has 12 anti-pilling colors. And it's all 3 weight. It's a total of 14 ounces. Machine washable and durable. But I love it because it's anti-pilling acrylic. And I don't know which ones to order, so I may end up ordering all 3 of them. But I love this. I love this idea completely. And I really like this one, this dark one. Look at all those beautiful colors. Anti-pilling color packs. They have 76 reviews, so you could go in there and look at those reviews. But I didn't know they had these. I hadn't really thought about looking for them. Okay? 14 total ounces or 400 grams, which is 54 yards per ball, a total of 1,080 yards per box. Aren't those gorgeous? Now you can check those out for yourself just by clicking my Premier Yarn link. And I also want to tell you, I got an email from Premier that they're going to be releasing some brand new yarns on Friday. And they usually release them at noon. But I can't tell you anything about them yet. But I want you to go and look at them when they release them. And hopefully I'll have, some information out there for you. And they're so, I can't tell you, but I'm just so excited about these yarns coming out. There's 2 different kinds and lots of beautiful colors. So be looking for something new from Premier on Friday at noon, okay? I did do, Harriet, some things with pop tabs. I did a dog collar, purse handle, a couple of those things. But I don't know that I've put them out there anywhere. I didn't do any videos on it. But I have done it. I didn't really care for it. I didn't like the way they turned out. And when you do a pop tab, if you don't get that little circle off just right, it has a sharp edge. And I just didn't like that. So I haven't done any more with it. All right. Let's talk about what happened this week at Posh Pooch Designs. Now, as you all know, we're doing a year-long crochet along. And over here, I almost pointed the wrong direction again. We have our home banner. And you can see we've got iced coffee up there. All right, so let's go back over to this camera. Here's the pillow with the same home graph. You can make it into a bag. You can make it into a blanket. You can do whatever you want with this graph. It is a free download on Ravelry, and all of the coffee cups each month are a free download on Ravelry. Okay, so this month we did iced coffee because it's hot. And it was super fun. Now, I did have a couple of people that struggled a little bit with the ice cubes. And so what I told them is if you don't want to put the ice cubes, not embroidered, but done as you do your rows and change colors, you could pick up a couple of white square buttons. You could even put several on there and use those as an ice cube. Okay. Now the straw is from a regular straw. We just cut it in half and then cut it in half long ways and then cut the tip off. And I just put 2 little dots of hot glue, one here and one there, to hold it on. Okay. And this one's done in dark brown. The one behind me was a little bit lighter brown because I was afraid the dark brown would just be too hard for you to see. But I do love both of them. Okay. Isn't that cute? I just love it. And I think it's just super fun and a little bit different than mugs of coffee. I wanted it to look like the ones you get at the coffee store. So we did a little edge here. So it looks like the lid and the cup, coffee, ice cubes, and a straw. I just really, really love it. Okay. And just to reiterate this, the graph for the thing, the home behind me and the pillow and the pattern for that is all a free Ravelry download. All of the cups each month are a free Ravelry download. I'm doing a video of each, all of it. I did a video starting in January with the graph. And if you're looking for the videos, I have a playlist that is just called the Home Crochet Along playlist here on YouTube. And then when you click on that playlist, all the cups and everything, videos come up. And if you're looking for the written pattern, just click the link, because I put a written pattern with pictures on all my videos. You'll find it underneath every single video, and you just click that link. When you get to the blog that has the written pattern and all the pictures on it, there is in red, it says free Ravelry download link. You can hit that link and it will take you to Ravelry where you can download the link for free. Okay. So yes, it could be tea. I have several tea drinkers that are making their cups into tea, and that's totally fine. As a matter of fact, a lady told me that she made hers into root beer. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do Dr. Pepper because, in Oklahoma, we drink Dr. Pepper. Anyway, I just love how it turned out, and it was a lot of fun to design. And I try to do those the first Monday, depending on where the Monday lands in the month. And so we still have September, October, November, and December. And I've already really got great ideas for all of those. So, anywho, we did that. And then we did yesterday the overall for our bear. And I'm going to have to move this because I need some room on my table here. Okay, so the original bear, this is Butterscotch, the bear that I made in our crochet along. He is wearing the denim overalls. He's so cute. I love Butterscotch. Okay, then we have Sparkle, and this is the Build-A-Bear that my granddaughter gave me. She wanted me to have it. And this is Sparkles. She's in the overalls with a skirt. All right. Then I have this little guy. I believe this guy's name is Gabe. He's wearing just the shorts. And so I wanted you to see that you don't have to make it into overalls if you don't want to. You can make it into a pair of pants for your bear. Girl or boy can wear denim jeans, just basic pants. All right. And then this one is the one on Cotton Candy. She's wearing the one I did in different colors on the video. Now, this is a super easy outfit to get on your bears and your other animals, okay? Like I said, they fit Build-A-Bears. They fit our Joy Bears that we made. They also fit Cabbage Patch dolls and the Huggy Bunch dolls and the old Care Bears. Now, the new Care Bears are shaped a little bit different in the store. And this is the pattern that I designed and wrote. And I published it yesterday. So you'll find that link underneath this video for the overalls, okay? Every pattern that I show you are my patterns that I designed, just like the bear is my pattern that I designed. And underneath every one of these videos, you'll find a link that will take you to the written pattern with pictures. That way, if you have a question on the video, you can go check it out on the written pattern. If you're, one who just really likes a written pattern and you have a question, you can always go to the video, fast forward to the section you need, and check it out on the video. Okay? I'm going to click over to this other camera, though, because I'm going to see if you can see these up close. All right, let me move my other bears out of the way here. All right, here's Gabe. And you can see his legs are a little bit shorter than he's a Build-A-Bear, and our Joy Bear's legs are longer, the bear that we made together. If you want to make this longer, you just add more rows of the double crochet row before you add the single crochet. And then, because see on him, they're pants. On our other bear, they're shorts. The width fits, the length on the legs doesn't. Now on the body, you shouldn't have to add any length up here. Okay? All right, let me move them off of there. I'm going to put the girls up here. These are both Build-A-Bears. This is Cotton Candy, and this is Sparkle. And this is our same overall, and the top is done exactly the same, but I wanted you to see also the buttons. The buttons are just sewed on. You don't use those buttons because they're just decorative, I guess I should say. You're not buttoning anything. It's done all in one piece. Here's the back. Let me show you on the boy one. There's the back. You're not sewing anything on. I mean, you're not having to do any buttoning or snapping or anything like that. It's all attached, and these come down, and you slip it on, and then you can slip it over his arms. And the same thing with this. And I show you on the video how to put the dress on. I should have showed you how to put the pants on too. But anyway, I wanted this to be an easy slip-on outfit for the kiddos. Okay? And for us too. Okay? And the same thing is, if you want it to be longer, you can make more rows before you do your last row on the skirt. And if you feel like you want the longer here, you can always do more rows if you need to. Okay, so just to reiterate, let me get back on my camera here. The Joy Bear that we crocheted together, that's my video. You'll find that in the Joy Bear playlist. And all the clothes, because we've done a summer outfit, we've done a dress, a spring dress, and now we've done the overalls. All of those videos are also in the Joy Bear playlist, okay? Playlists are so important because that way you're not searching through everything. Just go to my main YouTube channel, and you can do that just by clicking on that little circle underneath the video. And then there at the top, there are tabs that say community, playlist, videos, all that. There's a tab that says playlist. Click that tab and all of my different playlists will come up and you can look through there. I mean, I have a Halloween playlist, a Christmas playlist, scarf playlist, hat playlist. But when I do a crochet along, I also have playlists for all the different crochet alongs. And you'll be able to find those, okay? And like the Joy Bear playlist has the Joy Bear patterns and all the clothes. You know, and just like I was saying earlier, all the home playlist, you know, for all of the new patterns for all the cups and the hanging thingy, the wall hanging, the pillow, those are all in that playlist too. And when I first started doing this, I didn't really think that much about the playlist. I added things to it, but I lost my train of thought. I decided when I was doing crochet alongs that it would be fun and a lot easier for people if they could find all of the parts of the playlist in one playlist. And that's why I do it that way. I mean, I have, you know, category ones, and then I also have crochet along ones, okay? For instance, we did a Christmas angel a couple years ago. That's a stuffed doll. All the patterns for that Christmas angel are in one playlist. Things like that. So do yourself a favor and just go look in the playlist and you'll be able to find all of them. Okay? And so what we're doing with the Joy Bears is it's not really a playlist, and I said that wrong. It's not really a crochet along because I want to do a whole lot more of these, but I don't know how often I'll be able to. And I am trying to do one about once every 2 months. But the holidays are coming, right? And so I really want to do something for Halloween. And I really want to do something for Christmas or holiday. And so, Kim, I call them overalls. I've never heard them called overhauls. That might be a northern thing. Down here in Oklahoma, we call them overalls. Some people call them coveralls too. I don't know why they're called coveralls, but we always called them overalls. Okay. But again, down here in Oklahoma, we say overalls. All right. But anyway, they're super easy to make. And one of the goals in what I'm doing, let me get a drink of water real quick. One of the goals in what I'm doing is I want the clothes to be easy to put on. But one thing I do want to remind you is if you're making these for small children that might put buttons in their mouths or snaps or Velcro or things like that, be careful in adding those kinds of things. Even when we did the bear, you know, they can pull those eyes out and the nose out, you know, because we, let me grab him again. Because we used safety eyes and a safety nose, kids can pull those out and put them in their mouth and choke on them. So if you're even making this bear for small kids that can do that, you might consider embroidering on the nose and maybe making little black circles of crochet or embroidering on the eyes, okay? And I say that in the video. It's just we need to be safe, you know, when it comes to the kiddos. That's all. So, I wanted the Joy Bear to be similar to the Build-A-Bears, but not exactly. And of course, he's not going to be exactly anyway. But I liked the idea of making the arms and legs a little bit longer. But when you're making the Joy Bear, if you don't want the arms and legs a little bit longer, then you can make them just a little bit shorter. Okay. Trying to read, see if there's any more questions. Okay. Now, what we did, let me check the time here. Oh, we're just right on time. What we did last week is we talked for the this and that video. We talked about, do you like video tutorials? And a lot of people went into panic mode thinking that I'm not going to do them anymore. That was not the purpose of the question. Not at all. I absolutely love making video tutorials because that gives me fun and you know, I love to create, and so I love to create new videos and new patterns and new video tutorials. But what I was trying to find out about it is, oh, Kim, I did an update at the beginning of the video. I'm sorry. When we're done, go back and watch the very beginning and you'll get the update on Rosie, but she's doing great. Okay, so anyway, I wasn't intending for you to go into panic mode thinking that I wasn't going to do video tutorials anymore because I love them. I love to create patterns and I love to do them. What I was trying to find out is where your kind of leaning is. In other words, do you watch the video or do you just look at it from time to time? Would you prefer more information on the video, more information on the pattern, you know, things like that. But it really just boiled down to that most people use both, and I like that. That's why I make both available. That's why when I do a video tutorial, as I'm doing the video tutorial, I take a lot of pictures, probably more than I need to. Sometimes I take way too many pictures. But, you know, you have to take a lot in order to get a good picture sometime, you know. But, and I love to make sure that I have a written pattern on the blog with pictures, because sometimes even seeing it on a video, if you can just see the steps of the pattern, you know, just in a picture after, because I try not to do more than one picture per row, but sometimes I'll do one for several rows, you know, because it's all the same thing. Okay. And so that's all I was trying to do is just get some information from you, you know? So anyway, but I really, really appreciated all of your comments and all of your questions because I do love to read your comments. I really, really do. Now, tomorrow's video on this or that, I'm going to be talking about life lessons learned through crochet. And I put a meme out there the other day just wanting to see what everybody had to say. And I was really enlightened. I really was enlightened about the things that people were saying, the things they've learned. And it had nothing to do really with stitches or techniques or things that they learned for the most part, it was about things they learned that they can apply to their life. And that's what our this and that video is for tomorrow. Okay? So be looking for that. I try to, it's actually already edited and on YouTube. It just isn't complete, you know, because I have to go back in and take care of everything. But anyway, I have it ready. I think I'll post it about 7:30 in the morning tomorrow. So, the other thing is, this Friday, we're going to we're going to begin with some of our fall and Halloween items coming up. I've been having so much fun sketching and designing and just seeing what I could come up with. Because this is the time of year, you know, we're getting ready for back to school. We're thinking about all of that stuff. I'm so excited for my grandkids because my oldest grandson he's a senior this year. He's been at marching band camp all summer, sweating to death. He's a hard worker. He works at Whataburger, so he goes in early in the morning and he works till about 2 o'clock, and then he has to be at school by 3, and then they work on marching band techniques and all that stuff until 10 o'clock at night. Band camp is not for the weak of heart. I mean, it's just not. Okay, and then my granddaughter, Callie, is also working at Whataburger, but she's working more she does more the lunch crowd and the evening crowd. I'm so proud of her because you all know from different times that she's been on here, she's really shy. And believe it or not, I was the same way when I was a kid. But she's really coming out of her shell, and she's loving being able to have her own money, you know, buy her some of her own school clothes and shoes and things like that. I'm really proud of her. And then, of course, my Zoe, she's homeschooled. My granddaughter that's going to be 13. I cannot believe all of my grandkids are going to be in their teens. And so she's having a super fun time this summer. She did have to quit gymnastics, which was really hard, but she had a really bad landing coming off a balance beam and broke her ankle, and it just is not healing well. And so at first she was taking a break, but now she's been doing other things, like she did tennis camp. She did go to church camp, had a lot of fun with her friends. This camp they go to has animals, and it is like llamas and goats and pigs and chickens. And they do this thing where they chase the chickens. And she said, I am not chasing a chicken. I don't blame her. Chickens kind of scare me. But anyway, I'm just so excited about the school year starting. But when the school year starts, that's when we hit into Halloween, and we hit into, you know, Thanksgiving and fall and all the color changes. And then before we know it, it's holidays and Christmas and then New Year's and then a brand new year. And these next few months always fly by. And so I'm really into design mode. And so I'm going to do the first one for our harvest or fall on Friday. And I'm super excited about it because I thought it turned out super cute. It's really easy. But anyway, I want to get you in that mode, okay? To start thinking towards, because we did a few back to school things. I was thinking more about back to school for teachers. You know, Terry, we used to do greased pig chases when I went to summer camp. I don't know what they greased them up with, but they would like put all these pigs out there and they would grease them up and you'd have to chase them, which is hilarious to watch because the girls never wanted to, but the boys always did. And then they'd just be covered in this grease, and I'm like, I am not doing that. But it was fun to watch. But the camp is, the thing is, it's down in, I want to say Guthrie, Oklahoma, but I think it's not there. It's someplace else. But it's down south towards Texoma. And it is hot in Oklahoma. And it is humid. And there's no air conditioning, not even in the bunks. But these kids love it. They love it. I don't know. I think when I was a kid, the heat didn't affect me like it does now, though. So, anywho, I'm too old for the humidity. It's been so humid. So, anyway, we are past our time again. Okay, so those of you who came in later, I want to say At the beginning of the video, I talked about Rosie a little bit, so if you want to know how she's doing. And then I also talked about, I told a really weird joke too. It was a little bit violent, so it's not anything like anything I would do, okay? But anyway, we also talked about our shout out of the week, which is Sweet N Crochet. And her name is Ashley, and I put the link underneath this video. And again, she's a newer crochet, not newer crocheter, but a new YouTube channel. And I just want her to know that we have a wonderful crochet community that cares about each other. Okay? Alrighty. So I think I covered everything. Be sure and check out those anti-pilling boxes, though. I think I'm going to order a couple of them because I love them. And one of the things I love to do with them, even though they're not intended for a Scrap Happy project, I love to make like Scrap Happy blankets with them. I did the joke so well. Oh, mercy. I am terrible at landing a punchline, so I'm glad you think it turned out well. Okay, I love telling jokes. I love silly jokes. My granddaughters and I are always doing silly knock-knock jokes, and sometimes I make them up and they don't even make sense. I just laugh anyway. Alrighty, well that's all I've got for you today. I hope you all stay cool and not be too hot. We did get a little rain yesterday, or Sunday, so that was kind of nice. Alright, so have a wonderful crochet day. I'll see you next time.